Welcome to you all. Thanks very much for coming. It's pretty awesome to have 15 clubs represented, 15 clubs participated in the Taranaki section of this, plus clubs participated down in the bottom section for what they've done down there. Tonight's agenda will go like this. It's not going to take very long, I hope. I'll give a report. Grant will give an update on progress and what's in the future. District Governor Mike will say a few words. I will close it off and then we'll have a big picture photo opportunity. Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. A special welcome to District Governor Mike. Thanks, Mike, for coming. And to Grant Dalton from the Taranaki Health Foundation. To all the members and all the clubs from Taranaki that donated funds towards this initiative, my biggest gratitude and thanks. A little bit how this project came about. A lot of you would have been at the first meeting we had here a long time ago. At the World Convention in Melbourne, 7 draws of $10,000 were made. From the CA7 districts, made up of approximately 35 districts and 35 DGs. I'm not quite sure on the number on that. Tobias probably knows more about that than me. My name came up on a big screen in front of 700 or something people, and I got a hell of a fright. After finding out what the grant could be used for and discussing it at club visits and to members, Joyce Lawrence from the Eltham Club rang me one morning. She said, I have just received in the mail a brochure from the Taranaki Health Foundation Trust asking for donations and help in supporting the different wards and sections in the new hospital wing in New Plymouth. I thought, what a great idea. And I wish to thank Joyce for her involvement and in contacting Grant from the Foundation and arranging Grant to come to the original meeting to get it started. After meetings at clubs and publicising the project in the district, we managed to grow the $10,000 to 36,900 New Zealand dollars, which is tremendous. I wanted to spread the grant money through the district, so a committee was formed and it was decided to support diabetics in the south end of the district. It was decided to purchase 3 or 4 HAIB blood testers for diabetics, as they could get instant results rather than waiting 4 or so days for results to come back. A Diabetics Association wanted these for especially for pregnant women, because they get a certain type of diabetics, some of you ladies will know what it's called, that can come on very quickly and do a lot of harm. Also, they needed to get results for babies that they thought might have diabetes or been born from a mother with that type of diabetes as well. After finding out the price, etc., Steve Barr received an email stating we could purchase them for a discounted rate, and I mean a bloody large discount rate. Originally we were looking at $3,500 each, and we got them for around about $1,050 each, round about there. They were last year's models, but the Diabetic Association said that they would rather use last year's models. They were better than the new one that was coming out. So 5 have been purchased down there. They're going to the Palmerston North and Wanganui hospitals, and we're also going to put one in each glob, a North glob and a South glob, so they will be up to date. We're also going to purchase advertising for banners, and so we're going to buy banners for each zone with diabetics on it, seeing diabetics as one of the main causes for Lymes worldwide. So we're going to purchase those. Where was I up to there? And we're going to purchase LCIF advertising to go on the globs as well. We need to look into that, of exactly what we're going to get. So all in all, what a great result from the district and from members and clubs. The power of joining together in this project has been immense. Be proud of what you have all achieved. We need to celebrate success, and this sure is one. I wish to advise Grant, this is good news, that because of the great savings we made with the diabetics machines, we have a further $2,900 to add to our $23,500. And we hope the foundation would use that in the cancer ward if they can. That's pretty special to us. Or you might be able to buy some lazy boys or something. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Right, so we'll now move on to Grant. Will give us a report on progress. I think he's got a couple of other things he wants to tell us about as well.
Thank you so much. Absolutely outstanding from the Lions. From day dot when I started 4 years ago, the Lions have been amazingly supportive to the Taranaki Health Foundation, going forward with everything that has been done. So just to let you guys know, Dennis mentioned the $23,500 total donation, which is coming to the foundation. That's split between the emergency department and the cancer centre. So in the emergency department, throughout the whole initiative, we've had what's called the Room to Dream initiative, which is giving organisations, groups or individuals the opportunity to sponsor a room. So what the combined Lions groups, you are sponsoring the whānau room in the emergency department. Also in the emergency department is a separate space, which is a children's space. Again, so it's a whānau general area. And also from there in the cancer centre, what you're actually purchasing, I'm not a medical person, so it was explained to me so I can understand it, so I'm sure I can explain to you. For people going through chemotherapy, generally that's delivered to you by a drip. And because of the nature of the treatment, it's been established that a taller drip holder is a lot more beneficial for the delivery. It makes the delivery more comfortable for the patient that's receiving it and a little bit quicker too. This is something that's very specialised and it sits outside of the government funding, so there was no funding for it. So what you guys are doing, you're actually providing 10 of these chemotherapy drip stands for the 10 chairs that we have in the new chemo area. So that, I just can't thank you enough. Just that one thing alone is just going to help everybody in the Taranaki community who are going through the cancer journey to have that delivery of their treatment just that little bit better for them going forward. So honestly, thank you guys so much. The extra couple of $1,000, I think we've got all the stands that we need, but believe me, there's a lot of things more, so I'll do a bit of research and I'll let you know just what that extra funds will go to. Anyone that's interested, if you're bored on tomorrow night when you're home alone, depending on how the Warriors or the All Blacks go, you might just want to go online instead. We've actually got a whole shop online just showing the things that are there, the things that we need, the things that we're fundraising for. So, and still, if anyone is out and about, we're still looking for a couple of $1 million towards the MRI scanner, so feel free just to get the credit card out and go for it. So, in that regard, just an update, I guess, on the foundation. Absolutely thrilled to date. So 4 years we have been working on this massive project called Project Monga Stage 2, which going on at the hospital, we last year opened the new renal unit, which was an award-winning facility. We've had so much amazing feedback, and Lions were involved in that as well. Inglewood Lions got on board. Assisted with the comms room in the renal centre, and that specifically is to help a lot of people, especially in South Taranaki, for when they're going through their treatment. They can actually do it at home now, but they've got the opportunity to Zoom call in to a nurse at the renal unit if they need assistance or that sort of thing. So again, right from the beginning, you guys have been there from the onset. So the renal unit's up and running, award-winning, absolutely amazing, a facility that we are really proud of. Not a couple months back, we had this next stage, which was the opening of Te Puna Waikatea, which was the mental health rehabilitation transition department. Something really needed in the community. The big thing about this facility is It is for our patients that have pretty much been in care for an extended period of time, and it's to help them transition back into the real world, because at the moment, pretty much they just kicked out on the street and they've got to fend for themselves. This is an amazing facility, and it's only been now open for a month, and it's been well used. November will be the opening of the Taranaki Cancer Centre, which is absolutely exciting. I haven't been inside it for a while, but we're doing some amazing stuff there. And so in addition, like I talked about the stands for the IV delivery of the chemotherapy, the unit will be bringing radiotherapy to Taranaki for the first time. So the treatment there will actually mean that no longer will the Palmerston travel stay be necessary, that the delivery of the treatment will be done in Taranaki. The community are really coming together amazingly for this facility, because I think everyone realises the impact that it's going to bring now and for generations to come. And a fun story I want to tell, I was approached probably about a month ago by a guy named Graham, who actually is the manager locally for VAE Gases. They deliver medical gas, and so they were really heavily involved both in the cancer centre as well as the new East Wing build. Because he'd spent so much time in the building, he became quite familiar with it. With the radiotherapy, because it is radiotherapy, it's actually a bunker where you're going into to get this treatment delivered. So to get into the bunker, there's actually a maze to get in as well. All concrete, really austere, really intimidating. And I love the Kiwi ingenuity of this business. So they're doing all of the gases going in. This gentleman has been collecting all of the copper offcuts, and he's been collecting them, storing it, and selling it. He's approached me and said, we want to do something to do with the bunker, so they're going to be putting up 2 absolutely amazing murals of Taranaki scenes into the bunker, and he has fundraised from these copper offcuts $10,000 to do that. Yeah, so I just, look, I mean, I could stand here all night, but I promise you I won't, just telling you story after story of things like people like yourselves that have done, and other amazing people in the community. We are really going to have a health facility that we're going to be really, really proud of. We need to give thanks to what was the TDHB management, what is now the management people at Taranaki Base. They have really pushed and advocated strongly for us in Wellington to get what we're getting. And with the wonderful foundation and the wonderful people in the community, we are going to have some really great and amazing healthcare facilities. And we are going to be outshining a lot of other areas. So we all need to be proud of that. So Taranaki Cancer Centre opening in November. Really looking forward to that, totally exciting. The new East Wing build, which is the huge, big 20,000 square metre building under construction. The new home for the emergency department, which you guys are also helping us out with. Maternity, neonatal, ICU, radiology. I'm not allowed to tell you when it's going to open because it's a secret. But let's just say if you're in New Plymouth in May, I'll make sure I'll get you guys to come through and have a look. All right, so it's going to be May next year. That's what they've told us. Let's see. I mean, it's a huge build. There's so many moving parts to it. We need to be a little bit patient just to see how it goes. Don't report that, please. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something else in a minute that you definitely can't report. But the facility is going to be amazing. And again, with the community help, because there's more to healthcare and recovery rather than just Band-Aids and medicine. It's that holistic approach too. And that's where we're getting involved and doing quite a bit of this sort of work. And the murals, for example, going into the LINAC, which is the radiotherapy, going to be brilliant. If we can squeeze any more copper piping out of them, one thing I would like to do is actually get, because when you have the radiotherapy delivered, you're pretty much on your back and you're in a machine, but it would be really great if we can get some TV screens up in the ceiling, either with images or something like that. So it's all that side of it working on. Going forward, we're still, if you're bored and lonely, you want to get out there and do more fundraising, we will take anything that you can get. The Rooms to Dream has been amazing for us. Health Foundation to date for this project has raised over $13 million in the community, and that's absolutely massive. So obviously a really big shout out to Toy. They've supported us both in neonatal and in the cancer centre. A huge shout out to Methanex, who are the naming rights for the new neonatal ward. The Rapid Relief Team, if you've heard of them, have come to light massively and are the naming rights for the ICU. I could just keep going on, but we are so fortunate in this community. And even with oil and gas twilighting, OMV have come up with a really great donation for us too, spaced over 3 years. So things are great. The foundation's moving, doing a little bit of a pivot. We've spent a lot of time working with the businesses and the corporates, the large organisations in Taranaki. This year, we're getting involved more in the fund sort of stuff. So we're doing a lot more community fundraising opportunities. So again, if there's any clever ideas that you guys have got that you could do fundraising for, talking to our marketing manager, Simon, the other day, and I'm not quite sure what he was on. I don't want to guess. He came up with the idea of perhaps we could have car bingo. So instead of going to like an outdoor car to a movie theatre or watching a movie in a car, why don't we have car bingo? I said to Simon, I could float that with the Lions people on Friday, but he's scared that it was such a weird thought it might scare you off. But yeah, we're really keen for initiative things to do fundraising, and there has to be fun in the fundraising. So yeah, please, if you're not bored and sick of the Taranaki Health Foundation going forward, yeah, we're happy to join with you, and we will help and promote everything that you do want to do. Example I give with Methanex, as I said, corporately they've come with a massive donation, $2 million that they're donating towards neonatal. But it hasn't just stopped there. All of the staff themselves have got in behind it as well. So they're doing individual fundraising on top of it. This is the second year that they have. So at the moment, in September, they are doing what's called the Million Step campaign. So they're out there in groups of 4, and they're challenging themselves for the group of 4 to do 1 million steps in September, and they're getting sponsorship for that. We have 192 people involved in the initiative. So we've gone outside of Methanex. We've got anyone that's wanted to be involved, has been involved. I looked just before it came up. So far, they've raised $18,000, and we're not even halfway through the month. So amazing initiative. Now, the news reporter man has to go like that. I was fortunate probably about a month ago to meet with a gentleman who is the head of healthcare infrastructure in New Zealand. He was here. We actually had a meeting because the Taranaki Health Foundation, we've gone through a few changes as well. We've had funding issues. It's actually got that die with the Health Foundation that they've made me the GM. So when that happens, you know that times are tough. But it was a really amazing opportunity to just sort of hear the future plans for what is going to be happening in healthcare. So there is actually positive stuff there. When I was asked about going forward, what could there be of interest to the people in this room, please talk to people, but don't publish it. The government is intending to do quite a massive investment in Harbour Hospital in probably 2 years' time. I really do ask for a little bit of confidentiality around that. I shouldn't be telling you, but I do want, it would be amazing if I can motivate every club in this room to actually start thinking, what can we do for Harbour Hospital? Harbour Hospital is absolutely amazing. It is a really exciting time coming up for Harbour, for South Taranaki. There also just the Stratford Clinic, which is the X-ray department, that should be underway in the next month or two too. So you will actually see brand new X-ray machine go in and a nice redevelopment there too. So there's still lots going on. So finally, I just want to thank you all very much for the effort, the enthusiasm that you've done. It really makes my job the best job in the world to be involved with people like you that are so community-minded and making such a great difference to our community. So I just want to thank you so much. That's me done.
Manager of the foundation. We've struck up a great rapport since we had our first meeting, and I know that there are Lions clubs in here. I know, where's Rod? Rod Weeks. They, the Waicha Club put $10,000 into you. I know that Inglewood have put money in as well a few years ago and again this time. So that's over and above what all of us other Lions clubs have raised. So pretty outstanding what we do for the hospital. But we congratulate you and we thank you very much for the updates and the things you give us, tell us, and quite exciting about Hara.
Very, very.
Ask Mike now to come and say a few words, please, Mike.
Most of the clubs and had a great presentation which got us all on board and culminated in the great day today where we actually get the chance to put some hard-earned money and hard-raised money from the whole community over to the Taranaki Health Foundation for your cancer wing and emergency services, etc. So a proud day for all of us, and couldn't be going to a better cause. As you can probably see, we're quite deeply involved with health promotions through diabetes, childhood cancer and the like, and it's just wonderful to have a vehicle to be able to direct our efforts and see it culminate in what will be a fantastic asset for the whole community. I'd also like to thank every one of the Lions clubs involved. We have in District 202D 973 members and 34 clubs, and they all got together and did the very best they could to raise money from the community from all sorts of different projects. And we have obviously lots and lots of different things we could put the money into, but every club involved here was very, very happy to come on board and give generously for this particular cause that I think, as I said, will benefit the whole district. So fantastic. One of the things that I think is particularly good about the Lions Club structure is it allows us to, on occasion, get together and combine efforts for one particular project, like this one here. And in the case of immediate past District Governor Lyon Dennis's windfall at the conference in Melbourne, we then needed to find a suitable place to put it. And Dennis, I think you did a wonderful job in selecting where that should go initially and allow the rest of us to get in behind. So thank you very much for the vision there, Dennis. It's simply fantastic. And as I said, I'm very proud of the fact that we're all interwoven. We have 1.37 million members worldwide. We've got 50,000 clubs, which you probably know. And we all pay a small membership fee to allow us to ensure that every dollar raised through the donations from the community go back to the community. And this is a real plus because you can get, in some cases, some real runs on the board. In this particular case, we were started off with 10,000 US as a grant from LCIF, which is absolutely fantastic. And that allowed us to get behind and go around all the clubs and say, look, how can you help? Are you happy to help? And that got us to, $29,400, I think, presented here today for the project. So fantastic effort, everyone. And I'd like to thank Dennis for having the vision for this, but every single one of the club members and presidents and everything for getting in behind this and making a really significant amount donated to a cause that's going to benefit the whole district. So fantastic. Thank you all very much. It's a great effort, and I'm really, really, really proud today to be a Lion. Thank you.
Right, things are going along pretty quick, aren't they? Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
So I just got a couple of closing thoughts there. Might be somebody else wants to say something, but just a little from me. I can't thank, I get a bit emotional, you have to put up with that, sorry. I can't thank our clubs and members enough. This project exceeded all my expectations by miles. As I said before, please be proud of what has been achieved, because I'm sure proud of all our 970 members in our district for what they've achieved and what they do, and not only in this, but in the diabetics thing, but in other things we do in the district as well. So as this quote says, and I've dug up a quote, but I changed it around a bit. Please don't look it up, Megan, because I know you're really good on quotes. Thank you for your unwavering support, your dedication, and your heart for service. You are the heartbeat of our success and make a real difference to our communities and our fellow humans. What truly matters is not just the service we give, but the friendships we build through it. As Mike's motto says, friends through service. And that sure happened in this particular project. When we come together with a purpose and compassion, we can change lives, including our own lives. And my last year Lions motto, Lions can move mountains, we sure did that. So now I wipe my eyes and let's get our photos taken and be proud and tell the world what we've done, because it's pretty special, I think, what we've done. Thank you.
I say goodnight, turn off the light, and close my eyes and dream of better days. And in the dark, erase my mark and drift away to dream of better days. Better days, where are you? Better days, coming soon. I ask for peace, for this to cease, and find escape.